Today on our ridiculous recipes, we are making a mayonnaise cake. So this cake has got no eggs apart from those that are found in the mayonnaise itself and no fat apart from the mayonnaise. So I have absolutely no idea how it's going to turn out. The reviews say that you can't taste the mayonnaise, but I will be the judge of that. So this is an American recipe, so it's using cups, not grams. I have got a cup scoop, but it's a third of a cup. So if it says 1 cup and you see me doing it 3 times, it's because that's all I've got. So we're going to start off with our mayonnaise, a whole cup of mayonnaise. So that is just going into this bowl here. I can already smell the crazy smell of the mayonnaise, and it is not something I would think to put in a cake, that's for sure. So now we're going into the mayonnaise with a cup of water, and we've got this weird looking sort of lumpy floating mayonnaise gunk going on. It does not look appetizing at the moment. And then finally in with a spoonful of vanilla. Obviously vanilla fixes everything, so I'm feeling a little bit more confident now. So now we're just going to mix this together, and it says you want to mix until combined, and it really wasn't mixing with our wooden spoon. So I decided to swap it out with the only whisk I've got in the house, which looks like it's gone 5 rounds with Mike Tyson. And actually that worked really well. So this is now all combined, and it just looks a bit like milk, but it definitely smells of mayonnaise. So now into a second bowl, you're going to sieve all of your dry ingredients. So that's 2 cups of plain flour, 1 cup of caster sugar, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Now all you've got to do is just combine the wet with the dry, making sure that it's thoroughly mixed. And it looks just like a brownie mix. So at this point I could still smell that mayonnaise a little bit. So I wanted to give it a try to see if you could actually taste it as much as it was coming across in the smell. So it's combined. It looks like brownie mix. It looks exactly like brownie mix does before it goes in the oven. So I'm feeling optimistic. Thought, as there's no raw egg in it, I'm gonna give it a taste before it goes in the oven. I'm probably gonna very quickly regret this. But let's give it a go.
The verdict.
You can taste the mayonnaise. So then this goes into a prepared baking tin, and it just says now to bake it for 35 minutes at 180. So in it goes, fingers crossed, let's see what happens. So while that was baking, I got to work on the topping, which is far less offensive and no mayonnaise to be seen. It was essentially just a fudge topping. So to make this, we combined sugar and butter on the hob and melted it until it was bubbling. Then we added some milk and some icing sugar, and we ended up with a fudge-like topping. So now 35 minutes has passed, and it was time to get the cake out of the oven. It looked just like a chocolate cake. So far, so good in terms of appearance. The proof, I guess, though, is in the eating. So before we could eat it, obviously we needed to use our topping on top of the cake. So we just smothered it in the topping, anything to drown out the potential taste of mayonnaise. And this was the finished result. Here it is, here is our mayonnaise cake. So it's had a bit of time to set now, and I'm about to try it. I haven't tried any of it yet, so I'm a bit nervous. It looks... Oh my god, take 2. So now it's time to try it. It looks just like a chocolate brownie with a fudge topping. So you wouldn't know, there's no way you can tell. You can't tell that there's mayo in it based on the smell either. It just smells chocolatey. Yeah. So because I know it's got mayonnaise in it, I can tell, but it does taste nice. I don't know whether that's just because I know. It's really moist, it's very dense. It's not as chocolatey as it looked like it was gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be really rich and chocolatey, but it's actually more sort of kind of cakey flavour. And then that fudge topping goes really well because the cake itself isn't that sweet. It's nice. I think if you handed me this and I wasn't told about the mayonnaise, I'd think it was a nice-ish cake. But probably not something I'll make again. Fun to try though.
It's like quite nice.
You know what I mean about the mayonnaise?
And then you just get a hint of mayo.
So there we have it, that's the mayonnaise cake. I would say a 6 out of 10. probably wouldn't make again. But if you try it at home, please let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you can taste the mayonnaise or if it's all in my head. And that's it. We'll be back soon with more ridiculous recipes. Until then, goodbye. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications.